behavioral change consultant Johanse Audike joins me live on set, and today's topic, I'm sure it's, well, I guess it's in keeping with the momentum and the mood. The topic today, interesting one indeed. It says birthday PTSD. Let's talk about it. Johanse, welcome. Welcome.
Morning, Jason, and blessings for your birthday, King. Blessings.
Thank you so much. It means a lot, Johanse, and I guess, well, because it's my birthday, and for those who, because everyone, if it's one thing, everybody, at least at some point in the year, that day will be your birthday.
Correct.
And I guess based on the topic, it's really strange how many approach their birthdays. For some, it's a grand celebration, and for others, it could be a troubling time.
And that's the thing. And let me just define PTSD.
Yeah,
post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
Right? And basically is when you experience something traumatic. Later on, there may be triggers that remind you of it. So let's just say if you hear gunshots or you see a shooting, any loud noise may remind you of it and bring back those feelings of the trauma, right? Simply put. Now, for your birthday, many people sometimes don't have good experiences with their birthday, whether it is nobody remember or crucial people don't remember. Sometimes they would want something specific and didn't get it. They may want to have a party and didn't get that, etc. And then it is reminded, every year is reminded, because as you said, your birthday comes for sure every year. So from the time you realize, maybe a month before, 2 months before, or when somebody says, well, what are you doing for your birthday? Sometimes immediately you start remembering those feelings.
You know, even within school days, I recall, and I mean, I went to all-boys school. You also went to an all-boys school. I'm not too sure if that was the part of the subculture within your school, but in my school, back in the 90s, when was your birthday, they used to get a small dust out, you know.
Yeah.
That was something, and men used to, you never really wanted people to know it was your birthday because, you know, I guess that's boys, and, you know, you'll get somebody holding a headlock. We didn't talk about no big soft, but you must get dead like somebody just, oh, the rum flop your hair, some take your shirt out your pants. It's just, I guess, a kind of wildness. So I know for sure in school, a lot of folks used to be very quiet about their birthday.
Well, I would say, I mean, and I'm not sure your experience in school, but even though I experienced that still came from a place of love.
Yeah.
Right? So you would get that attention even from your fellow classmates. But there are some people, and I'm speaking emotionally, when is their birthday, sometimes they don't even have the energy to plan. They don't have the energy to do anything because so many years, things happen not their way.
Yeah.
And I brought it up because last year before, when it was around my birthday, I asked those questions, and the majority of responses I get were actually something in the negative. Most people don't have positive experiences with their birthday and don't really look forward to it.
So for someone who, let's say, if they experience a loss, a death on their birthday, there's a colleague of mine, her son passed on her birthday.
Okay.
And, you know, that in itself is almost like a kind of, well, you know, you're glad to see another year, but of course you're also triggered and you recall the past or the loss of someone special to you, a child. How does one treat with something like that?
Well, this may sound a little weird, and I'll say the good thing about a birthday is you know it coming. So at least you could prepare for it. In other cases of PTSD, let's use the same thing with the gunshot. When a loud noise happens, you can't really plan for that loud noise. It may happen unexpectedly on the road, home, etc. But because your birthday is coming, you could plan for it, which means even though it may be difficult, you could actually put things in place to recreate the experience. So if you have a year, you have 6 months, and you know every time around this time of the year, you feel a little sad, you remember the loss, you remember the people who didn't remember you remember whatever it is that may be negative. You could put things in place. So whether it is you want to take a trip, whether it is you take vacation around that time, whether it is you even tell people, special people, you know, this is my birthday, I want to spend it with you all. So at least things could be put in place. So when that day comes, you could actually get something close to what you want.
What about folks as they get up in years, the birthday reminds them of their, obviously, age. There are many who, for some reason, very secretive with their age. They're very measured. They don't want to be reminded. There are certain milestones, obviously. So, I mean, I would think well, your first birthday, which nobody remembers. So that's definitely a milestone. That's more for the parents. People sometimes celebrate 10, double figures, 13, 16, 18, 21, sometimes at 25. Probably after that might be 40. I guess, you know,
sometimes 30, sometimes 40, right? And then,
well, 50 is a big one.
Yeah.
And for some reason, after 50, I've seen where some people, like, they don't lose count, but they don't want to be reminded. And is that in itself a kind of trauma? How does one treat with that? What do you say to someone who, they're up in age now and they just, you know, they're so measured about disclosing their age to others? They feel away.
Do something that makes you happy, even if it's one thing that day. And that typically is how, when I'm wishing someone happy birthday, I would say, make sure and do something that makes you happy. Because many of us, and I say erroneously or unhealthily, we wait until milestones to do things that make us happy. So we'd say we're grinding, we're working hard, we're doing everything for the children, we're doing everything for everyone, but at least on my birthday or Christmas or a holiday, I'll do something for myself. Now, I don't advise doing that. You should live your life in a balanced manner. But for those who may not be doing that, at least on your birthday, do something that make you happy. So it can be simple. Eat the meal you really want to eat. Lime with the person you really want to lime with. Or if you don't want to be around nobody, make sure that you have that space you could be by yourself. But do the thing that makes you happy, because as you go up in age, you may remember, you know, I didn't get to do this thing. I live my life for this one and that one.
And in a sense, nothing is wrong with that too. That wanting to be by yourself, probably for reflection, for prayer. There are many who rather a nice quiet. I personally, I mean, there were moments where, because my birthday would have been, I remember a year I was in Jamaica for my birthday, so I mean, I already there in the carnival, so I was able to celebrate. But generally, I kind of more or less lean towards a quiet birthday, you know. Yeah. Reflection, friends, family. Just, you know, try to, if I have to take a little mass, I'll take it in, and just try to take it as easy as possible, you know. I might probably do something on the weekend, but the actual day. Or if it falls on the weekend, at least I'll take it easy during the day and probably transition into more festive vibes in the night.
Because
is that normal?
Yeah, it is, because for a lot of people, may not be everyone, but a lot of people, when you think about your growing and your age, you think about your life, it maybe automatically you start reflecting what I have done, what I wanted to do, what I want to do in the future. So having that quiet time to really take it in is important.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of reflection for me, you know, especially even now at such a nice milestone. Yeah, this is 45, you know. 45, you know, you want to say?
You're young, boy.
Yeah, I mean, I was to say 25 with shipping, taxes, and VAT. Again up there now, you know. Yeah, so interesting one. And to those celebrating, you know, as Yohanse would have rightfully said, you know, find that particular balance and rhythm for yourself and embrace the day and enjoy the day. I'll give you the closing remarks, Yohanse.
Trinidad and Tobago, your birthday comes every year. Make sure and do something that makes you happy, at least one thing. Don't make life complicated, because even though life is not easy, it's really not that hard. Thank you for listening.
Fantastic. Well said, Yohanse. Touching base with us every single Thursday. After the break, we get you ready. We head to Napa in early May. Metamorphosis, a dance company. They're putting on a fantastic show. Full details after the break.